Morning, everybody. Good post-Christmas to you. Got a little bit of wind going on out here. It's still beautiful. Still sweatshirt weather. Sorry, all you guys that are freezing, sitting in snow and ice. This is cold for us, okay? Take it easy. Anyways, little TGD tip here. So, I was at Christmas dinner with my family last night, and had a great time and ate lots of bad stuff. But one of the things that came up, I was talking with my brother, who's one of the smartest guys I know, and very well read. Hopefully this isn't blowing too much wind, like making it hard to hear. And he's a school teacher. That's kind of understating. He's a dean. I mean, he works at one of the hardest, toughest, most challenging schools with at-risk kids and gangs and stuff like that. He's a badass. Anyways, we were chatting about, because we don't get to see each other that much, and we were chatting about you know, books and stuff that we're into and things like that. And he was asking me about TV shows, movies. We were talking about stuff like that, and I was like, I gotta confess, you know, I haven't seen that movie. I don't even know about that movie. TV shows, I don't know. You know, I don't watch any TV. And he was like, I think I'm gonna move inside because I think it might get so bad that you guys can't even hear me. So, just 1 second. It's actually just a good excuse to get out of the cold. We're going inside, everybody. Hang tight, hang tight, hang tough. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, sounds quiet. So anyways, he was asking me about TV and movies and things like that, and I was like, you know, I don't watch any TV. Zero. I don't even have a TV hooked up to cable or anything like that. I got a DVD player and it's not even plugged in. And then I was like, no, that's not right. I watch Game of Thrones. The one thing that I like, and I'm sure a lot of you are like, yeah, Game of Thrones. That's the one thing I've made time for. And I love it. It's like just so fabulously well done that it's a welcome exchange for time. Which gets to the point of this, and my brother was thrilled. He was like, Game of Thrones is the best. At least you're watching that, right? So he was happy about that. And this is to say that my brother spends all his time watching TV and movies and things like that, because he most certainly doesn't, because he's way too busy. But definitely makes more time for that stuff probably than I do. And he was pretty surprised by the fact that I don't make time for that stuff, or that's not on my priority list. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I was just thinking about okay, so, you know, the inevitable, so why? And it just comes down to sacrifices and compromises. You know, there's so many hours in the day, so much energy and effort and focus that we have. And so a lot of it comes down to just exchanges. It just comes down, you can call it sacrifices, choices, exchanges for your time. And then we just have to make smart choices about where we're gonna make those sacrifices or where we're gonna make those exchanges, depending on what we wanna get, what we wanna have, what we wanna achieve, what we wanna learn, what we wanna be, what direction we wanna move, all that stuff. And I know for me, there's a lot of stuff I want to achieve, a lot of things I want to become, a lot of things I want to do, a lot of things I want to create more depth personally. I also got a very late start in life kind of getting into this, so there's a little bit more urgency with me. So, but what really was crystal clear for me was that I've made very conscious decisions about my exchanges, and anything that doesn't have a maximally awesome exchange for me in time, as far as what I get out of it, I just don't do. So what I'd like for you guys to get out of this TGD video tip about exchanges or sacrifices or choices is becoming conscious of whatever it is you want, and then whatever you have to give up in order to get that stuff. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's about a lot of giving up. It's about a lot of giving up stuff. It's about a lot of compromise. It's about a lot of choices. It's about a lot of exchanges. Don't let anybody fool you. They can have perfect balance there. You can't have everything you want, and you can't have all the time to just lounge around and be super successful or work on your brain or work on your relationships. There's just not enough hours in the day. If the day was like 8 years long, there might be time to do that, but there's not. It's 24 hours and you got to sleep a bunch of those, and you got to do other regular daily activities. So the whole thing comes down to, hopefully I'm not making it easy with the walking, but I always do better when I walk and talk, is becoming conscious about these choices, these decisions, these sacrifices. Don't let anybody lie to you and tell you that, you know, you've got plenty of time to do all this stuff, and like you need to like slow down, you need to like make sure you carve out some time for this or that. Well, you make that decision. Don't let anybody else make that determination. Don't let anybody else tell you about how much time you're spending or where you're spending it. They don't know what you're about. They don't know what you're trying to achieve. They don't know what you're trying to go after. And by no means did my brother try and do any of that. He was just surprised I didn't watch anything. So you have to be the one who makes that determination, the only one. Don't you let, I mean, if you've got people that are important in your life, that you really trust their opinion, you know they really want the very best for you, then you can take it in and listen to what they have to say. But even with those folks, they don't have the same dreams, and they don't have the same goals, they don't have the same desires. They're not trying to make the same things happen that you are. So only you know, where's that finder? Only you know what you want to get, what you want to be, what you want to do, what you want to achieve. And then so only you, by the very nature of that, can decide what you're going to have to exchange, compromise, sacrifice, give up in order to move closer towards that stuff, and hopefully manage to grab onto some of that and bring it into your life. So that's what it comes down to, right? There's so many things that I would love to do. Like on a daily basis, there's so many things I would love to do that I decide I'm not going to, because on the priority list of things that I'm trying to achieve, they just don't add up to a valuable enough component in that kind of hierarchy. So someday my goal is to be able to build enough stuff and infrastructure to where I have more time, to where I can do a lot of these other things that I want to do. So there's a master plan, but it's not about like laying around on a beach. That's not like for me, that's not exciting to me. But having more time to do some of the things with some of the people that I want to do is definitely higher on my list. But I know right now, this moment currently in time, this is my moment that I need to do certain things, that I need to make that sacrifice, that I'm probably not going to see some of these people as much as I would like to right now. And some of you might go, well, you may never get a chance to see them again, or something could happen, and that's true. That's life, right? So we may miss certain opportunities, and something could happen, but I can't live my life that way. I can just live my life by the compass and the map that I've got as far as what feels right currently, right now, and knowing that I'm building towards where I can have more of my perfect life. That's what I'm, you know, the perfect life for me of what feels the most fulfilling on the most levels and is the most empowered and insightful and contributing and all that stuff. So I'm willing to make these sacrifices right now with people. Yo, Malu. Zip it up, Malu. She's whining in there. I'm willing to make those sacrifices, those compromises right now, because I got a master plan about what I'm trying to hit. And I know that there's no cheating the universe. You don't get to like, I'm gonna have this, this, and this. No, if you're doing this, this, and this, that means that this, and that doesn't get handled. So your job is to decide what's the highest priority or priorities of what you're trying to get to, and then make some very clear decisions and distinctions about what you're willing to sacrifice to get to that stuff. And some people will talk about, you know, that there's perfect balance out there and that you just need to strike the balance and you need to find your balance. Well, everybody needs to find their balance, but that balance is a very individual balance. Don't let anybody try and assert their balance or what they feel is the right way or their template over yours, because they ain't living your life. So your life, your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your needs for fulfillment, and only you can make the determination about what that balance looks like, and only you have to answer to you. Don't you let anybody else persuade you or manipulate you or move you in any other direction. I want this video to inspire you to feel that you have permission to go after your dreams and to go after the things that are important to you, even if it means compromises, sacrifices, and letting certain things go that maybe others aren't happy about, right? Of course, we all have certain responsibilities, certain priorities, not priorities, certain responsibilities that are kind of non-negotiable. So if you got children, you can't just like run away to the mountains and be like, this is what I want, right? So there's a certain amount of reality that's wrapped up into all this, and I think we all know that. But what I'm talking about is within that reality, you get choices about where you're gonna put your time, what you're going to sacrifice, what you're gonna exchange, and your job is to figure that out as quick as you can, as best as you can, as honestly as you can, and as boldly as you can. And maybe I can't underscore that part of it enough. Boldness. Be courageous enough to go after what you want and make the exchanges for that stuff to get what you want. Anybody that's done great stuff that they're proud of, has made exchanges and compromises and sacrifices. No getting around it. There are no shortcuts. There's no easy workarounds. There's no, everybody was so happy and everybody was so perfectly pleased with my path and the way I did it. And I never missed a single thing. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't exist. Not that I know of. So you make your own decision about what you want to go get, and then you make your own decision about what you're willing to give up to get there. You make it. Don't let anybody else tell you different. Don't let anybody else shift, manipulate, push you. All right? Sean from The Good Dog. Hopefully this helps. Any questions? I'm sure this one might get a few people some feathers ruffled. I'm cool with that. I'm down with that. Ruffle away. I just know that when it comes to the things that are important for me, I gotta, it's getting long when you have to like support with the second hand. TV and movies and lounging at the beach and things like that, for me, they're just not important. Not compared to building something that can live on forever, something, writing something that might inspire someone, doing something as far as studying, reading, something that might create a deeper connection within myself that I can then share with somebody else. That's the important stuff for me, right? I've got some big stuff I'm trying to tackle, and it don't leave much room for I Love Lucy and stuff like that, or Bonanza. Boy, I used to love Bonanza. Kung Fu, boy, we're going way back. Anyways, okay, that's enough. I'll talk with you guys soon. Any questions, hit me up. Go do your thing. Make your exchanges. Love you guys. See ya.